Hello guys, this weekend Manchester United face Wolves on Sunday. It's a 4:30 kickoff, so let's get into it. Let's cue the intro. Oh no, welcome back to Matchday Live, and it's me, Dan, back again. And this weekend it's Manchester United versus Wolves. It is the late game on Sunday. Well, the 4:30 kickoff on Sunday. So the team I've gone for, I think there will be a few changes in this team. I think I reckon we might see a Varane and Sancho start finally. And do you know what I would like to see? I would like to see a Matic and Van der Beek partnership in midfield, because I think this partnership, with this double pivot, it worked really well in pre-season. So I would like to see it, happen again with Paul Pogba and Fernandes, and then obviously Greenwood up top. There is talk of Cavani starting and then Greenwood going out on the left. But I don't. On the right, sorry, not on the right. But I don't see that happening personally, but we'll see what's what. So let's get into it. Let's play match. Let's talk about the last game, which was against Southampton. A very poor game from United. A 1-1 draw. It should have been. Well, the chances we had, it should have been 2 or 3. Especially first half. We had a couple headers just over the crossbar. We had a couple chances. I think the main one was through. I think it was from a free kick, and it just fell to. I think it was Pogba at the back post, and it comes off the crossbar, and then Martial. I don't know. He just. I think he tried to header it, and then obviously got cleared off the line because obviously the players were there. But it was one of them ones where it just would. Oh, what a goal! It just would not go in that first half, and then obviously they got their goal. Obviously, the main talking point was it a foul on Bruno Fernandes. I can see. I think it would have been harsh if they gave it. I think it's a foul, obviously, but he's just shoved off the ball. He's protected it, and the Stevens guy, he just outmuscles him and pushes him off the ball, and then passes it to the Southampton player, and then obviously Che Adams has his shot, and then it's obviously deflected off Fred, and it's a Fred own goal. I think they did give it to Fred as an own goal, but yeah, we went into half-time down 1-0, and that wasn't the best of starts, to say the least, because Southampton, they looked absolutely out of it. They just didn't, we just kept every set piece. It looked like we was about to score. But then obviously second half, they kind of changed it a bit. They went to a 3 at the back, 3/5 at the back with what's his name? Bednarek, I think. They brought on Bednarek and played like a 3 at the back system, which I think they normally do anyway. But yeah, it was just a bit of a weird one, that. So obviously they've gone for broke and try and save the draw. And they did save the draw, didn't they, really? And they had chances to win the game. But yeah, second half, we did get a goal through Greenwood. It was a nice play from Paul Pogba on the left-hand side. And he passes it. I think he passes it to Bruno Fernandes, and then Bruno Fernandes lays it up onto. No, I think he does a 1-2 with Paul Pogba, if I'm not too mistaken. He does a 1-2 with Paul Pogba, and then Pogba puts it on a plate for Greenwood, and it's not the best of shots, but we'll take it anyway. We also did have a chance after that with Paul. I don't know if it was after or before that, but Paul Pogba had like a little dribble into the box, and it looked like he was about to score. He literally just went past the post, and that would have been a really great goal for Paul Pogba. I think that's all he needs now. He just needs to get that goal, because he's played really well in the last 2 games on that left-hand side. He's kind of like an inverted winger he's been playing as, hasn't he? He's got that free roaming role, obviously, for now, because obviously Rashford's still. Well, he's back in training, Rashford, but obviously he's still. Oh, are we going to score now? He's still obviously not ready to play. So, yeah, it is like interesting to see when Rashford comes back. Does he start, and then does Paul Pogba go back into midfield with that? But yeah, it was a weird game. It was like the United of last season that turned up at Southampton. It wasn't the best. Fred and Matic, I think they were poor in midfield. I think they can't play together, Fred and Matic. They're just too. I think, Fred, Matic, okay, he's what, 33, 32, something like. No, is he 33 or 34? I think it's something like that. But it showed that, he got it didn't really start well for. It didn't really start well for Matic in that game, and Fred was just being Fred. He had a good game last week, obviously against Leeds the week before. Sorry, but then after, I think he got found out in that Southampton game, and it didn't really help that. And then obviously we found out this week as well, McTominay is now out with an injury because he had to have a operation on his groin, I think. So he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. So it would be interesting to see if we do go out and sign a new midfielder now for, with the transfers coming up as well, because I think that finishes next week. I think it's next Monday night. So yeah, it would be interesting to see if we did go and sign like a player on loan or something like that, or I don't know. There is talk of signing a player, but we just don't know which player so far. But anyway, yeah, so 1-1 at Southampton. They did have a really good chance to win it, actually, Southampton, and they almost won it with. They almost won it with Armstrong right at the end, but it was a good save from David De Gea. Because it was pretty much one-on-one. It was a one-on-one chance, and we got a bit lucky with that. So yes, it was definitely a bit lucky. But then that was Harry Maguire just playing at the back with the ball. Him and Luke Shaw were just dawdling with the ball, and I get that we were frustrated because there was no movement and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. And that's why I would like to see this weekend, play Van der Beek. He's playing really well in pre-season. Just playing with Matic, let Matic sit, have the double pivot with Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes, and, let Greenwood have the ball, let Sancho have the ball. I think Sancho definitely needs to start because he's come on, but he hasn't really done much. I would like to see him start against a team like Wolves, where, it is a new Wolves team as well, because obviously Nuno's gone to Spurs. But Wolves this season, they haven't really started that well. They lost to Spurs and lost to Leicester at the start. But it's only been close games, like 1-0. But then obviously they drew to, who did they drew to? They drew to. Oh, they didn't drew to. They beat Forest in the Cup. Oh yeah, because that was on Sky, wasn't it? I think the EFL Cup with Nottingham Forest. Oh, almost an own goal. So yeah, they are. I think they're the new manager. I'm trying to think what his name is. I think the new manager's finding it hard in these games. But it looks like if we can nick a 1-0 victory against Wolves, that wouldn't be too bad. Obviously, we beat them at the end of last season, 2-1 at the end of the last season. But yeah, if we can score the first goal, I reckon we will beat Wolves. But then obviously we need to put our chances away, and it would be nice to see this man score. He's had a couple of assists. He needs to get a goal out on that left hand side. So yeah, would be nice to see him. But then again, we could see Sancho play on that left hand side, and we could see Paul Pogba in midfield this weekend. But I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't. I reckon Paul Pogba will probably play on that left hand side, and I would like to see Varane this weekend because we haven't seen him. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's praised him quite a lot, and I thought he might. If we was winning in that game against Southampton, I reckon he would have come on. Late on to get some game time. But obviously he didn't. He's had 2 full weeks of training. He's explaining most of his like experiences and all that, and I would like to see him with Harry Maguire, see how he plays with Harry Maguire. Just put him in because obviously we've got an international break coming up as well, so it would be nice to see. You know, it would be nice to see when we will see when we will see in Varane in the next couple of games, and yeah, it would be nice. So yeah. Anyway, talking of transfers, there is one main transfer obviously at the moment that's going through. Obviously, there's Mbappe. There's reports today that Real Madrid bid 140 some odd million pounds for Mbappe, which is ridiculous. And we've just scored again with Sancho. Nice one too. Yeah, it's going to be if that pulls that off, that'd be ridiculous. Also, unfortunately, I have to say this: there is talk of Ronaldo. The main story at the moment in England is Ronaldo going to Man City. Whether or not it will happen or not, I don't know. I do not know. Apparently, United have had the chance to sign him, but I think if we sign him, it pretty much lets. I don't want it. I would like to have him back, but the thing is, all right, we've got Cavani who plays up top. I know, Ronaldo can play on the right hand side, but you won't come back to defend. He's more of a striker now than a winger. And we've got Cavani, we've got Martial, we've got Greenwood who can play there, and it would be nice to see Greenwood back in as a striker this weekend as well against Wolves, because I think. Martial, he struggled against Wolves, against Southampton last weekend. And I think with Martial up top, he doesn't give him that much. Whereas Greenwood, he kind of links up the play with Bruno Fernandes, and it kind of sort of works. I don't know how, but he pulls the defenders away, and it works. And if you don't change it, don't change it if you're gonna change it. You know what I mean? So it's been one of them. But obviously, if Ronaldo goes to City, it will be a bit of a disappointing if he does, because you don't go to. Even he said, you don't go to City. You go for the passion of the fans. You don't go for the money. And I don't know. It is a bit of a weird one. It is a bit of a weird one that he's not been offered to United. What the hell happened there with Pogba? Anyway, score prediction for this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 1-0. The last couple of games against Wolves have been quite boring ones. So, I don't know. I would like a victory. We need to get a victory. It's not going to be 5-0. I'll be very surprised if it's 5-0. So yeah, I'm gonna go 1-0 Man United. I think United will nick it. I reckon it'll be a quite tough game, but I reckon United will nick it. I can't see Wolves winning personally, but I've said that before, and they've nicked a victory, so yeah. So anyway, guys, that is going to be it for today. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to leave your score prediction below. So right, guys, I'm going. Bye.